And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is all I want for Christmas. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us to keep up to date with our daily photos and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, so we are coming up on our fall break. So this is one of the last 3 podcasts that are currently scheduled. Well, that's not true. So we've got today, Tuesday. We got Thursday of this week. Next week, I'm taking off of the podcast because Leah and I are moving. And so I will be unavailable that week. And then I will be doing the last podcast before break, that Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Traditionally, I take a break on the podcast from Black Friday, usually through the end of the year, depending on how busy it is. I normally, and I will do this year, I usually do a Christmas special. So I will do a Christmas special this year as well. And I normally will throw in 1 or 2 additional podcasts that will happen potentially randomly during break. Normally specifically about interesting topics that may have come up in the last, couple of weeks. So I will obviously do my best to make sure that you guys are notified when we do those on our, Instagram and all of those other platforms that we reach out to you guys on. However, for those of you who are fans of the podcast, we are coming up on our break. So I appreciate everyone who's been so supportive this whole time. All right, so today we're talking about All I Want for Christmas, which of course is the play on the famous Christmas song. And I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been thinking about what do I want for Christmas? And I'm not talking about necessarily about gifts, although I do want to do a 2020 gift guide, probably for Thursday's topic, and talk through the different options for products and give you guys some hints and tips. But what I'm really talking about today, and really talking about in general with this, is what do I want to see from the company? What do I want to see out of my personal growth? What do I want to see for the future? And I've been struggling to come up with what I want to see. And a part of that is because up until this point, up until about May, and I've talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but up until about May, I had been working 60-hour weeks all the time. I had been working really, really hard at building and creating new things and all those other things. And then obviously with COVID, that kind of threw a lot of our long-term strategy plans even further back. It helped me scale down some of my ambition and come up with more, I would say, judicious strategies for growth. And it helped us as a company focus in on our internals. We've made great progress already on a lot of those, bringing in customer service reps and also the software that allows us to better manage those questions and requests. We've brought on some great team members who've been able to bring in and fill out some of our skill sets, which is exciting. A lot of our own internal people have gotten to the point now where they are in a position to potentially move up or expand on their responsibilities as we bring in some of the new makers. So there's a lot of great opportunities for the company, and it's got me thinking about what do I want to see out of the future. And there's always an aspect of product development, right? Growing, and trust me, you guys have not stopped asking for new things. So there will always be an aspect of product development. But I'm kind of struggling and realizing and dealing with my own transition away from the 60-hour week and into a new role as the CEO of the company. I've been moving away from a lot of the day-to-day activities, and I've been moving and attempting to move into more of the vision, big picture kind of directionality stuff. And of course, there's always fires to be put out. That's just an inevitable part of life. But for the most part, we've seen excellent professional growth with our team, and they've been able to over time become much better at putting out the fires without me even knowing, which is nice. So what do I want to see? I don't know. We looked at doing more overseas, launching the product via Amazon Prime on different markets, potentially in, other English-speaking countries, Europe. and Australia, but then also places like Japan was an exciting opportunity. And I think those are still opportunities. But I'm realizing now in the world of COVID and in the world even after COVID, large jumps like that require a lot more lead time and a lot more front end work than I previously probably was willing to admit they did. Because, for example, with obviously a move overseas, it may seem as simple as doing, just putting it up on Amazon Australia or Amazon Britain, but we have to actually do a lot more work from a trademark standpoint, from a copyright standpoint, to ensure and secure our global trademarks. We have to spend more time learning about the taxation and the laws regarding importation in those countries. We have to spend more time working on dealing with the nuances of marketing in those countries. And obviously, not everyone, responds to marketing campaigns the way they do with American marketing. And if we expand beyond English into, for example, Japan, we need to then have customer support in Japanese, which is something that's more challenging. Now, some may say that if it's just, you're just selling on Amazon, you don't really need to do a lot of customer service. At some level, they're able to just return the product if they don't like it, which is true. However, I don't think you can just dive into a country like Japan with no marketing and expect to succeed. So I think there will need to be marketing done in country for those places. And that's kind of out of my wheelhouse at the moment. It's just not something I have a lot of skill with. And frankly, even though I studied global sales and marketing, I think one of the big takeaways from my education in that was, if you're going to go into a market that you are not familiar with, you shouldn't just dive in. You need to find someone who is familiar with the market and bring them onto the team to help. And I've still got some ideas for how to do it. Obviously, potentially, there's a lot of exchange students in the area at the various colleges who often need work, or sometimes they can't work due to the state of their visa and other things along those lines. So that actually creates, its own unique challenges as well. But that is an opportunity. And I don't want us to shy away from, shooting towards a global market, because there's a large world out there. They all need journals and books and binders and things along those lines. So I think it could be a great competitive advantage for us if we could do it, could pull it off. And maybe that is what I want for next year. But what I really want for this Christmas is I want things to just go smoothly for like the first time ever. We've had such intense Christmases this whole time, and we haven't been doing that many. We haven't done that many Christmases. So, take that for what it's worth. We've only been in business for 2 Christmases. The first Christmas, it was just Leah and I, before we had our child, in that 2-bedroom apartment with 2 laser engravers running from 7 in the morning till 11:30 at night, every day from Black Friday basically through January 15th, January 20th. That year was horrible. Then the year after, we had brought on some more help, which was last year. But like I talked about in the Hiring Dilemma podcast, it brought on its own challenges where we just didn't strategize well. And because our inventory system at the time, and we're working on fixing that now, was very manual, it led for us to be in serious logistics problems where we ended up running out of things that we didn't know we were out of until it was days too late. And that became a problem. But I think now we're solving that. And with our customer service structure, we're solving a lot of the problems that we had with the timing of customer service. I'm not having a child on December 3rd like I did last year, which was a disaster. I'm never having another kid into Christmas season. It was horrible. Bad planning on everyone's part. Regardless, I'm hoping we can have a smooth Christmas. Something where we have enough help, but not too much help. We have a strong marketing, success with our social media advertising and with our email marketing, which has been going very well. I would love to see, podcast marketing that we're trying out to do better. We're advertising on the Michaela Peterson podcast. And I think that the results are a little too early to tell. A lot of podcast marketing is a long tail advertising. So you don't necessarily see the results very quickly, but they do eventually come back later. So, I'd like to see those things kind of pick up and become more successful. I would love to see our loyalty points, our rewards program do better during the Christmas season. So there's a lot of pieces that come into this strategy of our next steps and what I'd like for Christmas. And it's daunting at times to stare at the Christmas season. It's always daunting because the mistakes are a lot more expensive during Christmas. We do a huge portion of our annual business during Christmas. As you might imagine, it makes sense, right? Our products are fantastic for gift giving, and there's a lot of pieces, in our collection that can go to different people for different reasons. So I honestly think that we will be seeing a great Christmas from a sales perspective, but making sure that we run smoothly on the back end is hopefully what we can walk away from this year with, because we've never had that before, and COVID has forced us to be a lot more efficient and a lot more specific in the way we structure things. So that's what I'd like to see for Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas, is a smooth Christmas and a strong dive into next year, because we might be doing bigger things next year, and being able to have that process in place and being able to do it well and having that financial support network underneath, that substructure of good, financial capital in the bank ready for next year will be a big win. And hey, I think Pfizer announced yesterday, big news with their vaccine, something like it was 90% effective. So we'll see. Who knows what comes out of that? Maybe, we'll see something of a deployment of a vaccine for COVID shortly, and maybe we'll see a change in the pace of the world. Hopefully things will pick back up. But all right, folks, thank you guys for tuning in today. Be sure to check back on Thursday for our next topic, which is going to be our Christmas gift guide. I'll be going over some products and what I think they're good for, and I'll talk through some of the details of there. Definitely feel free to check that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you get notified. During our break, I will probably do 1 or 2 extra podcasts, just randomly bonus episodes. And that break runs once again from Thanksgiving all the way through the end of the Christmas season, just because it's so busy that I have to do a lot of work. And then obviously next week we'll be taking off because I'm moving. So definitely be sure to hit that alert button so you get notified right away when we launch new stuff. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, mask, anything we sell, feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. That's MURDY creative.co. You can also contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We do appreciate your patience. If you want to give us if you have to reach out to us for a quick reason, right? Obviously, you want to change the shipping address, or you need to change, you want to change the engraving on your product or something along those lines. You can feel free to give us a call, 414-434-9001, or you can text us. That's 414-434-9001. Our customer service hours are from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So we'll do our best to obviously take care of you as much as we can, as quickly as possible during those times. If you think I deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. So feel free to leave us a review on whatever podcast app you're listening on, or leave us a nice comment below if you're on YouTube. I love them. I read them. They make my day. So definitely feel free to do that. You can also go to murdycreative.co/reviews and read all of our reviews on our product. There's a button there that says leave a good review. You can click on that. It'll take you directly to where you can write a review on Facebook, which is murdycreative.co on Facebook. It's facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. If you end up finding our page on Facebook, you can click on the panel on the left-hand side of the page that says reviews, and then you'll be able to hit the button. Do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and then you can write your review. We read them all. We love them all. They make our day. A lot of times with good reviews, we'll actually post them up on the wall of the workshop. So definitely, it really means the world to us when you share that with us. If you're looking to share the product with the world at large, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. It always has been. It always will be. So tell your friends about it. If you are looking to get a little something out of that in that process, definitely log in at the top of our website. All you need to do to log in and create a profile is an email and a password. Once you do that, you'll activate the Smile Rewards program that we have down in the bottom left-hand side of our website. There's going to be a little button there. You click on that. You can earn 5% back on any purchase you make on our website, which is awesome. But there's a shareable link in the bottom. That shareable link, that referral link, if you use that referral link and share that with your loved ones or your friends and family, they will get $5 off their first purchase, and you can get $5 off, or $5 of in-store credit whenever they use that code. So definitely go check that out if you want to share that, and then help us in that regard. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to give you guys and talk about what you guys want to hear about. So definitely send us a message, tweet at us, text us, all of those usual things. And we'll be sure that it gets back to me for my podcast topics, and I'll be happy to talk about what you guys want to hear about. If you're looking for multiple binders, folios, journals, anything we sell, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts available. They start at minimum order quantity of 5, and that it can either be 5 of one thing or 1 of 5 things. So it's just the cart total is what ends up being your bulk discount quantity. So if you're looking for anything 5 or more, feel free to send us an email, sales, S-A-L-E-S, at murdycreative.co, sales at murdycreative.co. We can issue you guys codes for that. So definitely reach out to us. If you've got bulk discounts, we'd be happy to help. Although, just as an FYI, if you are going to be ordering quite a few items, please reach out to us sooner rather than later. As we get closer to the Christmas season, it gets harder and harder to do large quantities in a quick time. So definitely feel free to reach out to us quick if you've got something that is a little more of a larger order. We'll be happy to help. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.